139 horsepower. That is what Mazda asks you to accept in a segment where the RAV4 hybrid makes 219. This is the all-new 2026 CX-5 Homura all-wheel drive at the Martigny Passion Auto Show in Switzerland, starting at 48,400 Swiss francs, roughly $61,500 at current rates. The third-generation CX-5 has grown 4.5 inches in wheelbase, and the stance shows it. The front grille sits wider and lower. Adaptive matrix LED headlights run a two-tiered daytime running light that connects visually to the CX-70 and CX-90, and the 19-inch black metallic wheels fill the arches for the first time. The rear picks up angular taillights from the larger crossovers and spells out Mazda across the liftgate. This is the first CX-5 that looks like it belongs next to an X3 in a parking lot. The interior is where Mazda made its biggest bet and its biggest trade-off simultaneously. The dashboard sits lower and wider. Materials throughout the upper cabin are soft touch with carefully matched metallic accents, and the impression is closer to an entry-level luxury SUV than a compact crossover. 7-color ambient lighting, a Bose 12-speaker system, and a 15.6-inch touchscreen dominate the cabin. That screen is the trade-off. Mazda removed the rotary controller, the physical volume knob, and the separate climate panel that loyalists loved. Everything now lives behind glass, with climate controls pinned at the bottom. It is a deliberate simplification, not a cost save. What that decision costs the daily experience lands in the verdict. The front cabin puts the driver low, in a position that still recalls the MX-5. Electric seats with memory and ventilation come standard on Homura. The heated leather steering wheel falls naturally to hand, and the head-up display keeps your eyes up. Picture yourself at 7 in the morning, adjusting mirrors while the seat memory recalls exactly where you left it. That is the daily refinement Mazda built into this trim. Wireless Apple CarPlay connects first time, and the digital cluster puts speed and navigation directly in your line of sight. The ID4 at similar money makes you scroll through menus for the same information. The rear cabin is where the wheelbase stretch earns its keep. Nearly 40 inches of legroom means 2 adults sit behind a 6-foot driver without compromise, and the wider door opening makes child seats meaningfully easier. Heated outer rear seats are standard, and 2 USB Type-C ports keep devices charged. The center position is narrower with a raised floor tunnel, though that is standard across every competitor at this price. The boot opens with a hands-free gesture and reveals 506 liters to the parcel shelf, around 17.9 cubic feet, 61 liters larger than the outgoing CX-5. The load lip is lower, the floor is flat, and the 40-20-40 split folds via quick-release handles. 30 liters of underfloor storage holds muddy boots without cluttering the main floor. On a Saturday morning with a stroller and 2 bags of groceries, this boot works without instructions. 139 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque from a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with a 24-volt mild hybrid. Smooth and refined below 4,000 RPM. Above that, the engine works hard and you hear it. The Sportage hybrid offers nearly 90 more horsepower at similar money. Mazda chose refinement over outright speed, and the e-Skyactiv Z hybrid arriving in 2027 will add the power this engine lacks. I changed my mind on this car twice during this walkaround. The second change is the one that matters. 51,580 Swiss francs as shown, roughly $65,500. The Sportage arrives with a full hybrid, physical controls, and fuel economy the CX-5 cannot match. Those are real advantages. What it does not have is this driving position, the material quality at eye level, or the feeling that a company building the MX-5 assembled every surface you touch. Whether you reach for a knob or a screen on a foggy morning is the question this car asks, and for the buyer who values how a car steers above how quickly it configures, the CX-5 Homura is the most underpriced driving experience in its segment, sold behind the most discussed touchscreen decision Mazda has ever made. If the segment has been overcharging for interiors this good, Mazda just made that harder to ignore. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.